Unrivaled League needs Caitlin Clark, and they are preparing to offer her a massive deal.
Angel Reese and A.A. Wilson are undoubtedly feeling the pressure, even if they believed they were in on the exclusive club, as Caitlin Clark finally delivered a bombshell with her leaked contract for the Unrivaled League. Everyone else was unaware that Breanna Stewart was surreptitiously offering Clark an incredible deal.
It's just been reported today that Caitlin Clark could receive a Lionel Messi-like offer to play in Unrivaled startup 3-on-3 league, which is a full court press to sign her.
The premise was straightforward. Unrivaled didn't only hire Clark covertly, they also imposed a strict no-disclosure policy on her that made you believe it was top-secret intel.
This is also interesting to me because I feel like it is kind of late in the game to start recruiting Caitlin Clark. The Unrivaled League has 26 of their 30 players already.
But now that she's had enough of the quiet, Clark is making it obvious that anyone who was rejoicing over her absence from Unrivaled was seriously mistaken.
Caitlin Clark is needed for this league. It should be one of their main goals is to get her to play in the league no matter what that costs, no matter what that is going to take.
However, if you're not aware, allow me to explain the whole thing. Unrivaled, the new, bold face in women's basketball, came here to completely flip the script on women's sports, and let's just say they're dead serious.
They're realizing we might need Caitlin. Nafisa Collier, who is one of the founders of Unrivaled, had this to say about Caitlin Clark.
Supported by influential people like Breanna Stewart and Nika Uam, this is more than simply a league. It's essentially a movement. Imagine intense 3-on-3 games. Giving women's basketball the type of Showtime treatment it has been lacking for years is the main goal of prime time coverage. The best part is that they weren't searching for any players to create this splash. Instead, they had their sights set on a single, formidable player from the start. Clark Caitlin.
Go ahead and look. Everywhere you turn, Indiana Fever's breaking records.
However, when Unrivaled appeared, fans went crazy, asking why the biggest growing star, Caitlin Clark, was nowhere to be seen. Social media went crazy. Sports programs kept asking the same question, and the internet comment section erupted with people wondering, where's Caitlin?
Definitely upsetting. I don't think nobody in our league should be facing any sort of racism, hurtful, disrespectful, hateful comments and threats.
It's brand new. It's going to be hard to get eyeballs on it. All of these, the WNBA is in their 28th season and it's still a new league. Like, it's hard to get the kind of virality, viewership, all the things that you want right off the bat. And especially if you don't have a big name or a big draw.
You don't witness a rookie pull every day. For most fans, the fact that she isn't even on the starting roster for the largest new league felt like a smack in the face, as if Unrivaled didn't see Clark's worth or worse believed they could carry off their big launch without her. The crowd is so large that arena attendance climbs by 50%.
Kind of physicality and double teams and face guards and all of those things that she was receiving on the court, but also all of the noise, all of the drama, all of the media circus surrounding her off the court, that just had to have been so much to handle.
However, Stewart and her unparalleled team had no idea what they were doing. One of the league's co-founders, Breanna Stewart, is no stranger to a well-timed reveal. She didn't keep Clark's involvement a secret by accident. Instead, the plan was to keep the fans guessing before making a shocking announcement when it mattered. They didn't want Clark's deal to overshadow everyone else on the roster too soon, so they were building suspense and setting the stage so that when Clark's news finally dropped, it would hit like a ton of bricks.
She should be one of the top paid players in the world just for the sheer numbers that she's bringing.
Caitlin Clark was offered an enormous $75 million to join Unrivaled. This deal was intended to make Clark the official face of Unrivaled, a player ambassador marketing machine, and more. She received a hefty guaranteed salary, endorsement deals, exclusive TV rights, and even a front row seat in Unrivaled. The moment those leaked details hit the news, it was like an earthquake in the sports world. Ambitious goals for worldwide growth.
To drive revenue so we can give the players extra income opportunities. I had to educate the players that boom, 75 million divided by 144 payouts.
The whole idea was to avoid stirring the pot too soon, but once the numbers were out, Stewart and her team hit like a tidal wave for perspective because they knew this deal was so big that the moment other players got a whiff of it, they would start talking about renegotiations or even feeling a little left out. AA. Wilson, the current MVP of the NBA, earns about $230,000 a season. The type of contract that shouts new level like no one's business is Clark's.
Was just announced recently that Unrivaled struck a television deal with TNT. Now, this exclusive media rights deal is reported to be 45 plus primetime games. TNT Sports are also invested in the league, and sources say that it's a 6-year deal that could be worth more than $100 million.
The WNBA averaged about 657,000 viewers per game in 2024. With Clark at the center, Unrivaled is betting she can double that, and it's obvious that they're serious about making women's basketball a primetime sensation. We're talking about over 45 televised games and a full-throttle attempt to draw in viewership that even the UMBA hasn't cracked.
The biggest issue that players had, we did player survey and travel. The league was able to kind of take a lot of pressure off of itself.
And although the crowd are enjoying it, Clark's teammates, top-tier WNBA players like AA Wilson and Angel Reese, have a somewhat distinct vibe. More than merely a startling figure, Clark's offer serves as a loud, unavoidable reminder of the enormous financial disparities in the sport.
There have been so many players, coaches, media personality who have been so afraid to just admit the fact that Caitlin Clark has been the sole reason for so many of these things happening this season in the WNBA.
Ree even vented her frustration on social media, implying that years of hard work for this sport were just eclipsed by a single mega contract. You can't blame her for seeing a rookie come in with an offer that dwarfs the salaries of seasoned stars, which stings for players making between $150,000 and $200,000. Clark's contract is more than 20 times their pay, demonstrating the extent to which mismatched financial priorities exist.
The headline says, "We're not asking to get paid what the men get paid. We're asking to get paid the same percentage of revenue share."
This is when things start to become very intriguing. Even though this deal has the potential to improve women's sports, it also runs the risk of causing some serious tension. The WNBA has fought tenaciously for better pay, respect, and airtime, and now they're witnessing Clark walk into the league with a golden ticket worth far more than they've ever seen. It's easy to understand why this could cause resentment among players who have been building the sport for years to see a rookie like Clark suddenly in a league of her own, literally and financia.
We didn't want to rush into it because we wanted new owners, like new ownership groups. Anyone who knows sports here knows, like, it's a slog to be a sport.
In a league that has historically struggled with lower attendance than its men's counterpart, Caitlin Clark's arrival hit like a meteor. She has become a full-blown sensation, practically a marketing goldmine, and her rookie year in the WNBA proved exactly why.
Overall viewership, like Nafisa said, they're changing venues just to accommodate all the fans who want to come watch Caitlin Clark play.
Due to the Clark effect, arenas experienced a 50% increase in attendance. Fans flocked to the arena solely to see her magic on the court, and when she played, viewership skyrocketed to over 1 million each game, a record for the WNBA. Clark didn't simply join the league, she ignited it right away. Her social media presence kept fans captivated long after the buzzer went off, and her highlights became viral moments on the internet.
A lot of this noise came by people that were sitting on this network. They tried to minimize her, said, well, you giving her all this credit.
Now let's take a moment to discuss merchandise. Not only did Clark's jersey sell, but it was literally flying off the shelves, setting records for NBA apparel sales. Fans wanted more than just to see her. They wanted a piece of for the WNBA, which has been struggling mightily to receive the recognition it merits. Caitlin Clark's name, her actions, and her whole brand became indispensable. Clark's entry was like a miracle, a perfume from the basketball gods, bringing the type of attention and buzz that had been sorely lacking. Not only did she draw in the usual throng, but she also attracted a whole new, younger, and much more extremely large fan base.
We have former NBA players playing in Big Three, right? So for Cube to come out and be like, I'm going to pay Caitlin Clark more than I play any of these guys who used to play in the NBA. I'm going to pay Caitlin Clark more because that's the value that I see in her.
Prior to its unparalleled offer, another league member was Ian Clark. In 2024, Ice Cubs' Big Three League, yes, the one with all the retired NBA players running 3 honor games, grabbed attention when he offered Clark a huge $3 million to join his league. To put this in perspective, the top players in the Big Three, who are primarily former NBA legends, make between $1 million and $500,000 per season. However, Ice Cube was willing to go 6 times that amount for Clark because he wanted to bring his electric energy and unquestionably charisma to a league that is known for its all-male lineup.
So unapologetic with the way that he came out and said, this is who we want, this is the value that we see in her, regardless. If she can't make a game, that's totally fine. We know that it coincides with WNBA season.
This wasn't just another sports offer. It was Cube making a huge statement. The league was full of ex-NBA heavyweights, but he saw something in Clark that broke all the norms. He was willing to upend the Big Three's traditions to make room for her, even if it meant putting his former superstars' egos aside. He wanted Clark's cross-sport appeal because her game wasn't just about women's basketball. It was a magnet that could draw in fans from all over the sports world.
We have Lisa Leslie, Nancy Lieberman, like there are legends among us in the Big Three, and there are high-level former professional athletes on our courts, and he was okay putting it out there because he knew how much it could help the Big Three.
This is where Clark's decision becomes even more intriguing, though, because she declined Cube's offer of a huge $3 million carrot and chose to remain with the WNBA, demonstrating that she wasn't only interested in the money or a fast fame grab. It was a moment that spoke eloquently about Clark's dedication to both her profession and the future of women's sports. She selected the WNBA because she viewed it as her home base, a league in which she could develop her career and help grow from the inside out.
Unrivaled would have taken that exact approach, and what it feels like to me is Caitlin Clark was an afterthought in all of this. And maybe she was, maybe she wasn't, maybe they wanted to wait until after the WNBA season.
By selecting the WNBA when Unrivaled eventually returned with their $75 million mega deal, they knew they weren't just signing a player. They were dealing with a once-in-a-generation talent, someone fiercely ambitious and willing to put the sport first. Clark set a whole new standard for loyalty in sports. Sure, money is great, but for her, staying meant more than just a paycheck. Fans took notice of her choice, sending a powerful message that she was here to invest in the game's future.